Tonight, how SUNY Oswego's student government elections could have major effects on the student organizations they serve.
And as tensions remain high over Israel's military operation in Gaza, Jewish leaders on campus are speaking up about the discussion.
Plus, some of the best men's basketball teams are converging on Oswego this weekend as the Lakers host the first two rounds of the NCAA Division III men's basketball tournament.
This is Oswego Now.
Good evening and welcome to Oswego Now. I'm Kaylee Richmond.
And I'm Thomas Caffarella.
We come to you tonight in the wake of sad news for the SUNY Oswego community. SUNY Oswego President Peter Wosu issued a statement this morning in remembrance of former professor of education Barbara Palmer Shinneman, who passed away earlier this week at the age of 95.
Shinneman spent 60 years at Oswego between teaching and serving on the University Board of Directors. She's also responsible for starting the Shinneman Foundation, which has donated millions of dollars to the university and its students to develop the STEM fields at Oswego.
SUNY Oswego's Student Association acts as the campus's student government and is responsible for overseeing the dozens of clubs and services available to students.
She's also
And with the new school year on the horizon, the title of SA President is up for grabs again. Oswego Now reporter Kyle Schnaufer caught up with both candidates. Here's what they had to say.
Although Election Day is a few months away, SUNY Oswego students will get the chance to vote for their president on campus even sooner. For incumbent Student Association President Austin Davis, it's a chance to continue his tenure after taking office last year, and he's wearing that experience on his sleeve.
For starters, I'm the current president, so I kind of have an idea for how the role works. It is a bit of a learning curve for anyone who does it.
But Davis isn't alone in the race for the presidency. Aiden Wilson is a first-time candidate for office, but believes his prior experience as an SA officer makes him more than qualified for the job.
Currently, I am the chair of finance, so I more or less help to lead a group of students that decide where to give a contingency fund request, and I think that is a great position to have and to hold.
But before the election takes place, the candidates will meet here this weekend at WTOP's Al Roker studio for a live television debate.
After participating in the live debate before his first election, Davis is familiar with the debate stage. And although Wilson will take the stage for the first time, they agree that the debate is important to inform voters.
There's just an overwhelming importance of civic engagement and the need for people to participate in student government.
I think it is important to have this debate just to kind of introduce conversations. That way students could see which candidate more or less resonates with their views and opinions.
Voters can watch the debate on WTOP 10 on Sunday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. and can cast their votes the following week. Kyle Schnaufer, Oswego Now.
This week, President Peter Wosu held an open forum to take questions from the campus community. The forum comes in the wake of a week of controversy on campus over the president's response to several pro-Palestine signs on campus. It came in the form of an email nearly 2 weeks ago when he asked about his email response and allegations of equating the term Free Palestine as hate speech. Here's what he had to say.
No. It was a misreading. I think I've corrected that impression. It's Free Palestine is not hate speech.
At the forum, students also asked the university president about what support the campus was providing to students who feel threatened by some of the protests and messages on campus. Students were told to contact the campus's bias response team if they feel targeted.
Jewish Life at Oswego is hosting a take-home Shabbat dinner. Tonight, our Clarissa Karki is in the studio to explain the significance of this particular dinner.
Thank you, Thomas. Jewish Life at Oswego is hosting this Shabbat dinner tonight in dedication to the hostages taken by Hamas on October 7. Shabbat is a Jewish day of rest, which includes a Friday night dinner. However, Rabbi Yossi Madvig, the co-director of the Shabbat of Oswego, says unknown individuals have been taking down the posters advertising the dinner. This comes after several incidents of vandalism were reported on campus involving defacing of campus property with Free Palestine signs 2 weeks ago. Amid the rise of anti-Semitic and Islamophobic hate crimes across the United States, Rabbi Madvik says many Jewish students at SUNY Oswego are concerned for their safety.
I mean, there's some students that are literally just afraid to go out to class. You know, they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know where this is leading. And if they were a little more vocal about exactly what their intentions are, what their position really is, other than just sort of this slogan, I think that would be helpful.
The Shabbat dinner is scheduled from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. in room 205 at Marano Campus Center. Organizers say this event will be open to everyone regardless of their religion.
Spring break is a chance to get away and take that long-awaited vacation. With the Alternative Breaks program at SUNY Oswego, students can travel and volunteer domestically or locally. Oswego Now's Megan Gagno has the details.
Good evening, Kayleen Thomas. The staycation option here at SUNY Oswego will have students focusing on community-based needs throughout the 5-day break. One out of the 3 partnerships offered right here on campus is with the Permaculture Living Lab right behind me, where students will be utilizing this along with the Arboretum. Programs coordinator Kelsey Jones says that the several different community projects offer students a unique opportunity to gain fresh perspectives and foster bonds already built.
All of those partners are people that we work with semester long as well. So it's just strengthening those partnerships with new students and also giving students the opportunity to learn about their community from somebody who's within their community.
Senior Josephine Taylor is one of the students volunteering in the program and says this is an opportunity to learn from local organizations before graduation.
I'm from Brooklyn, and Oswego is totally different from Brooklyn, and I feel like this is my final year as a senior, and this just gives me an opportunity to work with people in the community.
All undergraduate and graduate students are eligible for this program. I'm Megan Gagno, Oswego Now. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Megan. This cold and flu season has been hitting the students and staff really hard, leaving many empty seats as students have been getting sick in the past few weeks. COVID, flu, and RSV have been the primary agents making people sick on campus. One of the students talked about how the recent illnesses have affected her and her class. Mary Walker Health Center urges students to keep their distance from their peers if they're feeling sick to prevent the spread of illness.
As midterms approach on college campuses across the region, tonight SUNY Oswego plans to give students a late night study break. The event is from 8 to 10 p.m. and consists of many activities. SUNY Oswego Assistant Director for Fitness and Wellbeing, Carrie Burnett, says that planning for the event started last semester. Burnett also says that there are new activities this year.
We had a really good turnout last year. Over 1,500 people came to the event. So we're looking forward to that again this year, just giving people a break from stressing about midterms coming up, just being able to come out for a night of relaxation, fun. We're doing some glow axe throwing, which is different this year.
Events also include glow ice skating, arts and crafts, a photo booth, food, and much more. The first 400 people to arrive get a free t-shirt. For more information on campus recreation and fitness center events, you can go visit oswegonow.net. This evening at SUNY Oswego, members of the music department, including students, faculty, and staff, will be showcasing a wide range of talents in the collage concert. The concert is free through donations. The event will raise money towards scholarships in the music department. Paul Leary, music department chair, says that this event is sampling some of the many talents the music department has to offer.
Collage picture, it's usually lots of pictures, right, of something put together. And so the idea is the collage concert is kind of a smattering of all of our offerings in the music department. So all of the large ensembles and then a bunch of small pieces.
Join the music department for the collage concert tonight at 7 p.m. at Waterman Theater, or participate in the live stream on YouTube at SUNY Oswego Music Department Live.
The Oswego State men's basketball team is hosting the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row. We turn to Brian Burrows, who is outside Laker Hall, taking a look at what's in store for the Oswego men's basketball team tonight and this weekend. Brian?
You're on the shores of Lake Ontario. I'm outside Laker Hall, where the first two rounds of the NCAA Division III Men's National Basketball Tournament are being held. The first round got underway at 3:30 between the Williams College Eves and the DeSales Bulldogs. Oswego tips off at 6 o'clock, taking on the Babson Beavers. The winner of today's two games will face off tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Doesn't matter if Oswego is playing or if they aren't. I'll have all your score updates and more during sports, but for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brian. Let's turn it over to Oswego Now meteorologist Aurora Fitzgerald for your quick weather look. Aurora?
Thanks, guys. So taking a look outside right now, it is beautiful. The sun is shining. We're finally getting some clear skies out there. So as we see, the sun is right over here. She is absolutely beautiful. Temperatures are nice. Now, are these temperatures going to stay up? And we have some rain coming in, but I'll have my full forecast coming for you guys right up. Back to you guys.
Hi, thank you for joining us
Aurora.
today.
Coming up later,
we are
Thomas
talking about
Caffarella
the
sits
recent
down with a financial advisor to discuss a new change. See what he had to say.
But up next, the weather forecast with Oswego Now's meteorologist, Aurora Fitzgerald.
But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Join us for your Total Eclipse coverage, live beginning 2:30 Eastern on April 8th, only on Oswego Now, your streaming news leader. Find us on YouTube or at oswegonow.net.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Oswego Now. I'm your meteorologist, Aurora Fitzgerald. So taking a look at conditions right now, currently 48 degrees, winds at 10 miles per hour. So it is definitely a little breezy out there. However, temperatures are a lot higher than they seem. Dew points at 22, humidity at 38%, and it feels like 44. So again, it is kind of chilly out there. Now, if you're planning to go out tonight, so we're going to have clear skies for the sunset, however 42 degrees. Temperatures are going to go down to about 39 degrees, maybe even lower again with that breeze. And tonight we have a half moon. It's going to be beautiful, partly cloudy, and then mostly clear by 10 p.m. So the clouds are going to kind of clear throughout throughout the night. Oswego 48 degrees, Pulaski 45, really around the area. It's pretty up in the high 40s. Syracuse down here, since it's more dense population, that's why the temperatures are going to be a little higher than usual. Also, they're not really close to Lake Ontario like we are, so they're getting very close to 50 degrees. And it is the first day of Women's History Month. This is June Bacon Bursey. She was the first African-American woman to earn an undergraduate degree in meteorology from UCLA. She was the first on-air female chief meteorologist for WGRZ-TV in Buffalo, which is not too far from here, and the first female who received the American Meteorological Society seal of approval. That is a mouthful. And if you guys want more information, please go to awis.org for more information on her. She is a lovely, lovely woman. So taking a look at our 5-day forecast, we see Saturday tonight, expect some showers early tomorrow morning and tonight. Now, taking a look at the temperatures, 53, 63, 62. These temperatures are going to increase just a little bit. We're going to have sun Sunday, Monday, which is going to be a beautiful start to next week. However, there are chances of showers for Tuesday and Wednesday. The temperatures for the lows still going to be pretty down there, but they're never going to reach the temperature of 32 degrees, which is the freezing point. But next week, it should be beautiful. Just make sure you have your umbrellas. That's all for my full forecast. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Aurora. Coming up, Oswego's ACHA men's hockey team is making history after winning their conference championship. Find out where they're heading and next.
But up next, our interview with Financial Aid Assistant Vice President Roderick Andrews.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Join us for your total eclipse coverage, live beginning 2:30 Eastern on April 8th, only on Oswego Now, your streaming news leader. Find us on YouTube or at oswegonow.net.
Welcome back to Oswego Now. SUNY Oswego is pushing back the decision date for potential students, giving them more time to decide if they want to commit to the university or not. Thomas Caffarella learns what the date is and why the decision was made. Thomas?
Hi, thank you for joining us. Today, we are talking about the recent decision that SUNY Oswego took to push the decision deadline back due to FAFSA delays. Today with me, we have Roderick Andrews, Vice President of Admissions and Financial Aid. Roderick, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and the first question I have to ask is, what is the new deadline?
The new deposit deadline will be June 1st.
Okay, and what was the original deadline?
The original deadline was May 1st, which is traditionally when we've always had that deadline.
Got you. And so what was the decision that went into pushing the deadline back?
The decision was made to push the deadline back due to the delay in the FAFSA. The Better FAFSA Act of 2019 implemented a new financial aid form. That financial aid form was delayed, so that means that our financial aid awarding this year will be a little later than what it normally is. So we decided to push our deposit deadline back. So it'll give students time, one, for us to get award letters out to them, but also give families time to actually look at those award letters so they can make an informed decision.
Okay. And so it was just the FAFSA delay that went into some of these decisions, the decision to push the deadline back. Is that correct?
Correct. And the main reason with that is we know finances are such an important part of making that decision to go to college. The federal government's more than likely going to get us the information we need to award students sometime in mid-March, which would have, which means award letters would have go out sometime in early to mid-April. That would have given students not a lot of time to look at those financial aid awards so that they can make that decision. This is a step was taken so that we could just give the students and their families a little more time.
Okay, and I mean, the FAFSA delays, that must have some part, those FAFSA delays must have some part in making your life a little bit more difficult in the office. How has that affected you in your work?
It's delayed things. Usually, we would send financial aid award letters for new students out in December. We're looking to send them now out in April. So it shifted the amount of work that we do to this time of year where normally we would have done it earlier.
Gotcha. And is this going to create any problems for over-admitted students or anything along those lines?
No, it will not. This is mainly most of the students that already applied. We already went through the admissions process, planned out the number of students that we could take. This wouldn't affect that. It wouldn't affect that to a point where we're over-enrolled. It mainly the thing that it really does is it pushes back the decision for families to make. Even though we've pushed back the deadline, students and families can still deposit right now. So we haven't turned out the ability to deposit. We just said we'll give you a little more time to make that decision.
Gotcha. And thank you so much for joining us today, Roderick. I really appreciate your time. And let's send it back to the desk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. We'll be right back after this break.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Join us for your Total Eclipse coverage, live beginning 2:30 Eastern on April 8th, only on Oswego Now, your streaming news leader. Find us on YouTube or at oswegonow.net.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I'm Brian Burrows with your Oswego Now Sports Report. The Division III men's NCAA basketball tournament got underway in the Max Zill Gymnasium at 3:30 today with the Williams College Eafs taking on the DeSales Bulldogs. The game, currently with about 5 minutes to go in the second half, sees a score of Williams 68, DeSales 39. The Oswego State men's basketball team is taking on the 2017 national champion Babson College Beavers. Despite losing the SUNY Championship Saturday night, the Lakers got an at-large bid and became one of 16 host schools for the first 2 rounds of the tournament. They take on a Beavers squad who got healthy at the right time and won their conference tournament as a 4 seed. Despite the loss, Coach Leon was happy with the team's season and grateful for the ability to get some more home games.
Great testament to where the program has gotten to, where you know, we're making the end.
Last season, Oswego went all the way to the Elite 8, a program record, but this season, Coach Leon is ready for a tough first-round opponent with a familiar face.
They have a coach that's won a lot of games, and he's been at that school for over 20 years, probably over 25 years. So very accomplished coach, team that won the national championship, I think 5 or 6 years ago, if not 4 years ago. They were in the tournament last year. And actually they had a player that scored 26 in their championship that we recruited as a grad transfer this year. So we're familiar with him. So this will be a really, really difficult first-round game.
Tip-off between the Lakers and the Beavers is set for 6 p.m. But the Oswego State men's basketball team isn't the only team playing in a national tournament. Oswego Club Hockey is headed to St. Louis for the Club Hockey National Championships for the first time since 2008. Our Ryan Ravenel has the story.
The Oswego State Lakers club hockey team is getting ready for their games in the national championship. The Lakers are looking to play their first match on Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. against Niagara University's Purple Eagles. Both teams are D1 clubs that are part of the American Collegiate Hockey Association. The teams will travel to St. Louis, Missouri to compete in the first round of the championship. Oswego team captain Trevor Gerbon says that he is happy about his team's success.
Hosting playoffs here was awesome. It was the first time we ever held playoffs here. All the fans that came out and watched us was great. It was the first time we won the playoff NECHL conference championship since the first time it ever happened back in 08. So, I mean, it was a really good experience, awesome.
The Lakers are currently first seed in the NECHL conference, leading with a record of 23 wins, 9 losses, and no overtime losses. Niagara's Purple Eagles have a record of 20 wins, 7 losses, and 1 overtime loss on the season. With it being the first appearance for the team in a few years, the Lakers are looking to compete and to bring a new championship to Oswego State. Oswego Hockey Club coach Travis Hyde is ready to play and is looking forward to the upcoming games.
Going to the national tournament is a huge feat for us. It's an accomplishment for us, but it's an opportunity to showcase what Oswego State is about and showcase what the sport programs are can be at Oswego, and that's what we're going to do.
The Lakers are also looking for donations of any amount so that they can cover their travel and hotel expenses for the game. The game will be on Thursday, March 7th at 8 o'clock p.m. in St. Louis, Missouri. Ryan Ravenel, Oswego Now.
Report for tonight.
Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a great night.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Join us for your Total Eclipse coverage, live beginning 2:30 Eastern on April 8th, only on Oswego Now, your streaming news leader. Find us on YouTube or at oswegonow.net.